Hello friends, my name is Masood. Today we shall discuss about topic the API. What is an API? Friend, if you have interest in software development or integrating multiple applications with each other, so this is a very interesting and important topic for you. So let's start, friend. First of all, I will request to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell option as well, so that my new videos can reach to you, and also you can follow me on the Facebook page as well. So, friend, what is an API? An API or application programming interface is a set of guidelines or rules that state how applications interact. An API lets one application request data from another system. Why are APIs important? Friend, API lets one application use the capabilities of another system. This means that if you want to build an e-commerce application, you can concentrate on building only your product. You can use the API of different applications for payments, billings, authentication, etc. Example of API. Imagine that you are building a trading platform. You will need to support various features like exchange of currency, fluctuation of market rates, authentication, payment processing, and much more. Building and maintaining such functionalities is difficult. To resolve these issues, you can use integrations with various other software via APIs. Now, request, response, and resource. The three main components of API are request, response, and resource. You would make a request to a server. The server will return a response that will contain data regarding a resource. For example, if you want to place a new order for a shirt in an e-commerce store, so you would click on the place order button. When you click on that button, your browser sends a request to the e-commerce server. The e-commerce server will send a response to your browser after creating a new order, which is the resource in this case. Anatomy of the API request: name, description, endpoint, the URL that you request for, method, the type of your request, header, additional information for either the client or the server, and the body, information sent to the server. Anatomy of the API response is basically name, the description, header, additional information for either the client or the server, body, data related to the resource requested from the server. The modern API, over the years, what an API is, has often described any sort of generic connectivity interface to an application. More recently, however, the modern API has taken on some characteristics that make them extraordinarily valuable and useful. Modern API adhere to standards, typically HTTP and REST, that are developer friendly, easily accessible, and understood broadly. They are treated more like products than code. They are designed for consumption for specific audiences, for example, mobile developers. They are documented and they are versioned in a way that users can have certain expectations of its maintenance and life cycle. Because they are much more standardized, they have a much stronger discipline for security and governance, as well as monitored and managed for performance and scale. As any other piece of productized software, the modern API has its own software development lifecycle as DLC of designing, testing, building, managing, and versioning. Also, modern APIs are well documented for consumption and versioning. API specifications or protocols. The goal of API specifications is to standardize data exchange between web services. In this case, standardization means the ability of diverse systems written in different programming languages or running on different OSs or using different technologies to seamlessly communicate with each other. Uh, Remote procedure calls. Web APIs may adhere to resource exchange principles based on remote procedure call. This protocol specifies the interaction between client server based applications. One program client requests data or functionality from another program server located in another computer on a network, and the server sends request required response. RPC, remote procedure call, is also known as a subroutine or function call. One of two ways to implement a remote procedure call is SOAP, Service Object Access Protocol. SOAP. SOAP is a lightweight protocol for exchanging structured information in a decentralized distributed environment. According to the definition by Microsoft that developed it, generally speaking, this specification contains the syntax rules for request and response messages sent by web applications. APIs that comply with the principles of SOAP enable XML messaging between systems through HTTP or Simple Mail Transfer Protocol (SMTP) for transferring mail. Extensible Markup Language (XML) is a simple and very flexible text format widely used for data storage and exchange over the internet or other networks. XML defines a set of rules for encoding documents in a format that both humans and machines can read it. The markup language is a collection of symbols that can be placed in the text to delineate and label the parts of the text document. XML text documents contain self-descriptive tags of data objects which makes them easily readable. SOAP is mostly used with enterprise web-based software to ensure high security of transmitted data. SOAP APIs are preferred among providers of payment gateways, identity management and CRM solutions, as well as financial and telecommunication services. PayPal public API is one of the most commonly known SOAP API. It is also frequently used for legacy system support. Representational state transfer (REST). The term REST was introduced by computer scientist Roy Fielding in a dissertation in 2000. Unlike SOAP, which is protocol, REST is a software architectural style with 6 constraints for building applications that work over HTTP or often web services. The World Wide Web is the most common realization and application of this architecture style. REST is considered a simpler alternative to SOAP, which many developers find difficult to use because it requires writing a lot of code to complete every task and following the XML structure for every message sent. REST follows another logic since it makes data available as resources. Each resource is represented by a unique URL, and one can request this resource by providing its URL. Web APIs that comply with REST architectural constraints are called RESTful API. These APIs use HTTP request to work with resources get, put, head, post, patch, connect, trace, options and delete. RESTful systems support messaging in different formats such as plain text, HTML, XML and JSON, while SOAP only allows XML. The ability to support multiple formats for storing and exchanging data is one of the reasons REST is a prevailing choice for building public APIs these days. Social media giants and travel companies provide external APIs to improve their brand visibility even more. Twitter has numerous RESTful APIs. Expedia has both SOAP and RESTful APIs for its partners. If you consider redefining your travel and hospitality business offering, dive deep into the world of travel and booking APIs through it. JavaScript Object Notation JSON is a lightweight and easy to parse text format for data exchange. Its syntax is based on a subset of the standard ECMA 262 3rd edition. Each JSON file contains collections of name/value pairs and ordered list of values. Since these are universal data structure, the format can be used with any programming language. So friend, thank you. Thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please share it with your friends and colleagues. And thanks a lot for watching the video. Thank you, friends.